If you have been through any kind of relationship trauma, you're going to observe that somehow that traumatic theme keeps repeating in all your relationship. And you might have observed that no matter what you do, you somehow end up in the same traumatic situation in all your relationships. And maybe because you have observed it is the reason that you decided that you need to heal your relationship trauma, and maybe that is the reason why you are here. And this is exactly what I want to help you achieve this today. And in this training program, I'm going to help you understand how relationship trauma works and how you can heal it in the shortest amount of time, which is couple of minutes, considering the fact that I am a hypnotherapist. So I will teach you how to get inside your subconscious mind, understand what relationship trauma is, how does it develop, how does it operate, and how can you finally remove it and attract the relationship that you truly desire, or have the relationship that you have always dreamt of. Now let's get started and let's understand how does relationship trauma even begin. Now let's start with section 1, which is how relationship trauma forms. For this, we are going to focus on understanding the screenshot theory, and that is very important. It is the foundation that you need to understand. And if you understand this, you will understand how all form of trauma work and how you can remove them. Now, according to the subconscious mind, trauma develops when there is any kind of moment or situation in your life which overwhelms your nervous system. And what does it do? Relationship trauma forms when something painful happens that the subconscious mind cannot process instantly. The emotional intensity floods the system, the subconscious mind shifts into protection mode. So, if you observe any kind of traumatic event, when it actually happens, it is a surprise for your subconscious mind. And since your subconscious mind cannot process instantly within that moment what just happened, what it tends to do is it will go into protection mode. Remember, your subconscious mind's top priority is survival and to protect you. So it starts the protection mechanism. And what is that protection mechanism? Now, to understand how your subconscious mind has this protection mechanism, you need to understand the moment before the pain. That's when the protection program actually kicks in. And that's what we call the screenshot. Right before the emotional pain hits, your subconscious takes a visual, emotional, and sensory screenshot. And why that moment? Because the mind tries to capture the context so it can prevent future danger. So, anytime you go through any kind of traumatic experience, and once you experience that, what your subconscious mind does is it goes into your memory, and right before the trauma actually takes place, the moment right before the trauma actually begins, it takes a visual, emotional, and sensory screenshot. And it is a visual screenshot of that particular moment. And within that screenshot, it stores all the information, the visual information, the emotional information, the sensory information. It stores in that particular screenshot, and that's how it records trauma. And whatever is happening within that particular screenshot becomes your trigger. Now, it can be something along the lines of, example, your partner's tone shifted, their facial expression changed, their message came late. Your nervous system captured that moment, not the breakup itself. Now, if you observe, the breakup is the actual trauma. However, what your subconscious mind will actually record in that screenshot is the moment before the breakup. And it is going to store all the information within that particular screenshot so that it can protect you from future danger. And now we need to understand, what does our subconscious mind do with this screenshot? The subconscious becomes a constant compare engine. And what do we mean by that? Once the screenshot is stored, the subconscious compares your current reality to the screenshot constantly. Any similarities, it triggers the trauma. The bigger the similarity, the stronger the trauma. So, in simple words, your subconscious mind takes a screenshot and it is constantly comparing that screenshot with whatever you are experiencing in your reality. It is consistently trying to compare to assess if there is any kind of danger that is approaching in your life. Because remember, your subconscious mind's primary objective is protection and it is trying to protect you. So, what it does is, if you are experiencing any kind of moment in your reality, your subconscious mind behind the scenes is comparing that version of your reality with that screenshot. And if it finds any kind of similarity in visual form, emotional form, or sensory form, it will consistently keep tracking. And if it feels there is any kind of similarity present in your reality that matches the screenshot that is stored inside your subconscious mind, it will start triggering the trauma. Now, the intensity of that trauma is based upon how many similarities can your subconscious mind find in your current reality with the screenshot. In essence, this is how your traumas work. This is the reason why a delayed text, a change in tone, a facial expression, or silence feels disproportionately painful. You are not overreacting. Your subconscious mind is doing its job. That is protection. Now, if you understand what your subconscious mind is consistently doing is it's trying to protect you, and it is taking all the signals from your reality to compare with the screenshot that it has stored inside your subconscious mind. Now, why trauma repeats itself in relationships? So why does it keep repeating in your life? How does your relationship trauma manifest again and again into your reality? What is happening over there? Now, to understand this, let's focus on why does it happen again and again. Where the subconscious focuses, the energy flows. And it is one of the most famous saying, wherever the focus goes, the energy flows. And what do we mean by that? Where energy flows, reality mirrors. And this is based upon your subconscious functionality, and it has a very distinct functionality because of which it happens. Now let's understand that. This means if the subconscious keeps scanning for the screenshot, your energy unconsciously recreates relationship dynamic that match it. This is the mirror neuron manifestation loop. This is why relationship trauma repeats itself until it is released. Now, to put it all in really simple terms, I will give you a very great example. Let's suppose you become really paranoid by the color red, and you feel like wherever you go, you see the color red. Now, if you have that kind of paranoia inside your subconscious mind, so that means you are consistently searching for red. Now, if that is something your subconscious mind is consistently doing, trying to find out the color red, no matter where you go, you will consistently keep finding the color red. A great example is if I ask you to observe the color red around you, you will observe this is red, this is red, and you will find a lot of red around you. However, when you are doing that, you have missed out on the whites, the blues, the yellows. You're missing out on all the colors. So that means your subconscious mind is so focused on finding red, it is neglecting every other color. And this is why whatever you're feeling inside is what you keep attracting in your relationship. And if you have any kind of relationship trauma, that one screenshot inside your subconscious mind will keep repeating itself again and again because your subconscious mind is consistently trying to observe and detect any form of danger. The fact that it is consistently focusing on that screenshot to detect any kind of danger is also the reason why it keeps manifesting into your relationship. So I hope you understand this part because it is really crucial to help you understand how you can finally release it. Now let's start section 2, which is why trying to fight the triggers often fail. Now this is very important. If you want to actually heal your relationship trauma, you need to understand healing the trauma and healing the triggers are two different things. A lot of the people often focus on healing the triggers, not the actual trauma. Remember, triggers are only there because there is an existence of trauma. If you keep healing the triggers, the trauma will never ever go away. It will keep repeating itself. And this is one of the biggest reason why a lot of the people actually fail to heal their relationship trauma, because they are so focused on the triggers. So let's understand what are the triggers and what's the role of trigger and how we can surpass that. Now, I want you to understand this. Avoidance is not healing. If you are avoiding the triggers, that is not healing. It's almost like saying that I have a heart problem, but you know what? I'm not gonna go to the doctor, because the more I go, the more I will know about my heart condition. So guess what? I'm never ever going to the doctor. That is you just avoiding the problem. You're not healing the problem. So let's understand what is avoidance. People try to avoid similar partners, avoid dating, avoid situations that feel like the trigger, suppress emotion, distract themselves. But the subconscious still holds the screenshot. Like I said, if you keep ignoring the trigger, that is not healing. You're just avoiding the trigger. That is not going to save you and your relationship. To save your relationship and to attract a healthy relationship, you need to heal the trauma itself, not the trigger. Now, avoidance only does one thing: confirms to the subconscious that the threat is still real. This strengthens the screenshot, and then your subconscious mind tries to protect you even harder. And the harder it tries, triggers become more frequent, not less. Now, understand what is happening over here. It is pretty interesting. The more you subconsciously try to avoid it, you are reaffirming to your subconscious mind that the threat is real. The more your subconscious mind realizes that, okay, if the threat is real, I need to be more vigilant. The more vigilant it becomes, the more it is going to focus on detecting danger. The more it tries to detect, the more it is going to attract, because that is mirror neuron effect. So it does not reduce the probability of you going through the same traumatic relationship pattern again. It actually increases the probability of you attracting such relationship into your life. Now we are going to continue this in part 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to comment down your experience and share your experience so others can learn from that. And let's go to part 2.